Let's speak now to Sami Mshasha. He's from the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees and joins us live from Jerusalem. Thanks very much for talking to us. Trying to get an idea, first of all, of the impact of the UN stopping this food aid. How many days, for example, is it going to be before people start going hungry?
Well, I mean, perhaps the report neglected to say that we are not suspending or stopping our food distribution to the 800,000 people who qualify for it. What we stopped is the cash subsidies to the poorest of the poor. We had to do that because we didn't have enough fund to cover that part of our activity. And this issue was communicated to the refugee representatives, and there was an understanding that we will put those people on our priority list for the job employment. We create also in Gaza temporary job creation program or opportunities for the poorest of the poor, and we wanted to do a crossover from cash subsidies to employing these people on a short-term basis. In doing that, it seems that certain groups and parties decided that this is a good opportunity to hinder our work, and protesters for the past week we've been hindering our ability to deliver food. We will continue to deliver food only if the safety and security of our staff is guaranteed, and the past week, including yesterday, was clear sign that we don't have these guarantees from the powers to be in Gaza, and until we receive these guarantees we will not resume our food distribution to the needies.
So just to be clear, it appeared you started the answer by saying that you were still distributing food. You've finished the answer by saying that you're now not distributing food until you have security guarantees. So are people in Gaza getting food from the UN or not?
I mean, they've been getting food until the day before yesterday, but the situation on the ground, the ability for our staff to move unhindered, securing their safety and the safety of the teams that distribute food commodities is not there for the past few days. We will resume tomorrow if the guarantees on the ground are there. And until this moment, there's no guarantees that our staff, our trucks, will be allowed to move around. We distribute we distribute food commodities to close to 25,000 Gazans in need of this food every day. And to do that, that requires quite a preparation, trucks, people, logistics, support staff. And to do all these things, you have to have the right environment. And the past few days, almost the past 7 days, we have been seeing a drop down in the safety environment procedures that are there, and until again we regain confidence that these conditions on the ground are safe, we will not be able to operate on the ground.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, I understand. So the cash subsidies that you cut in the first place were due, I understand, to budget shortfalls. What's the extent that the UN is suffering from this and will continue to do so and have to make more cutbacks?
Yes, I'm afraid if the trend continues, we will be forced with the harsh realities of looking at what other activities we might be forced to curtail, if not permanently, at least temporarily. UNRWA depends on voluntary contributions, not only for its general budget, through which we deliver our regular education and health and relief and social services, but we also have a standalone emergency budget that enables us in Gaza and the West Bank to deliver emergency services, including the cash subsidies and the food distribution for the needy. This particular pot of money haven't been fully subsidized and supported by the donor community, and while we have enough money to hire those people on short-term employment contracts, we don't have money in the other pot, which deals with giving cash subsidies to the poorest of the poor. We're telling those people, 10,000 families, that we will do the right proper crossover from giving you cash subsidies into hiring you into short-term employment. And until this happens, there will be a short gap. Okay. That's what triggered the demonstrations. They have the full right to demonstrate, but to have to do that peacefully and not putting our staff at risk.
Okay, Sami Mshasha, thanks very much for clearing that up and joining us there from Jerusalem.